Mm-hmm. And stuff. Alright, let's rock this one. Yeah, sure, I got some. Well, I got a couple people that are weak. That's not good. Fixed. Moving on. Swallow Moon Selection. Or Swallow's Moon Selection. Wow, okay, that's two entirely different sentences. I'm glad we now have 4 or 5 treasures, but we still haven't had any luck with the 5th. What even is a swallow's cowrie anyway, and what's a shell doing in a swallow's nest in the first place? I've been known to partake in the occasional swallow's nest dish myself. Does that mean this so-called shell is a swallow that is eaten like a shellfish? No, I doubt it's anything as awful as that. It's jewelry, or the treasure. In the tale of the bamboo cutter, the 5 treasures are the precious things meant to be impossible to obtain. The swallow's cowrie is a shell that a swallow happened to pick up and carried back to its nest, where it served as its base for the nest. It's easily the most realistic of all the 5 treasures. The catch is that finding one is all a matter of luck, and we have no choice but to wait for the right time. Yes, why don't we go bathe in the hot springs? They say that refreshing one's spirit can also raise one's luck. Woo-hoo! And so, here we are! I see, you've been doing much to aid this end. I have nothing but admiration for your willingness to help. I had no idea it was in such dire straits. That is why I have been here indulging myself in these hot springs since lunchtime. Compared to all your valiant efforts, I may as well be an evanescent cloud in the autumn sky. Ha 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 ha! Ho 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 ho! All that aside, 5 precious treasures, you say? What a fiendishly difficult task, yet something seems amiss. You say this was a bamboo cutter from the tale of the same name? According to that tale, his adopted daughter, Kaguya-hime, said the following to the 5 men who came from the city to seek her hand in marriage. I cannot understand why any of you would wish to marry me when you know nothing of who I am. If you wish to take me for your bride, you must show that your love for me will never fade. She told each only to return after they had found one of the 5 impossible treasures as proof of their love. Each of their 5 suitors set off to find the treasures as best they could, but not a one succeeded. Which is why I find it strange that this bamboo cutter claimed to possess all 5 of them. Does that mean he's a liar? I never expected that you would now be undergoing the same trials depicted in that old tale. Indeed, I am surprised you have time to luxuriate in the hot springs yourself. I wish I could help you, but alas, the only thing I am good at is swinging a pole. Unlike the rest, I soar not through the sky nor spark flashes of light, or any other remarkable deeds. As such, all I can do for you is rattle this cowrie and pray for your success. Forgive me. Hey! Yes, what is it, Lady Terrorata? Is there something you wish to know about my rare seashell accessory? Showing it off. Woo, 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 woo! Aha, forgive me, I could not resist my poor attempt at humor. I always thought it was strange why an insignificant servant like myself found my way to the Enmity. But now I finally understand. Here, I am happy to let you have this shell. But combat's involved. This costs AP. You're not gonna challenge us to a duel or something first? I'm not so poor as to draw my blade over a single shell, nor so quick to anger that I would challenge another over it. Now then, I think I shall be on my way. My only regret is that I never got to duel the madam during my stay. I would have liked to know if my secret sword is strong enough to stand up to that sparrow. But alas, I will have to hope that question is answered another day. Woohoo! Gee! Ookie! Ookie! Kiki! Oh! Oh, we're gonna fight monkeys. Ah! What's that I can't see this one, but he's holding a pack on his head, but fucking Siegfried's head is blocking any view of the monkey. Also, Giorgio's head is blocking. The enemies are so small, I literally can't see them. Well, assassins anyway. And a lot of them. Might as well have Giorgios enjoy his last moments as a shield bearer. Oh yeah. He is not gonna leave. Sorry, Giorgio, bringing you was a mistake. Wow, no crits there, huh? From any of them. What is that? Apply state where your critical strength increases during critical attacks. Okay, so you have the lane crits to increase your crit damage. Wonderful. I feel so incredibly weak in this fight. Yeah, he hits way harder. Well, I guess he hits kind of hard. Like, I get it, class of enemy, but, it feels like they haven't received, like, any upgrades to their Spirit Origin. Considering how often I'm changing my loadout, I wouldn't be surprised if that is actually the case, but I feel like I use full coverage on everything. Cards. Just in case these happen to be you never know. Also, it increases Buster card. I think it's very interesting to have Steve's Noble Phantasm work the way it does. You half expect him to be a writer because he transforms into a dragon. But he's definitely a character because he's like a master of the It's just very interesting for his Noble Phantasm to turn him into a dragon instead of, I don't know, So that's what you call military tactics. We did it, we got the Swallow's Cavalry. Okay, there we go. Steady at the lookout. We did it, we finally have all 5 of the Bamboo Cutter's treasures. To be honest, I didn't think we were going to pull it off. I should have known better. Well, I don't think I've forgotten how you went about getting the dragon's head, James. And the Imitate's keep has been restored. You thought that part rather important, didn't you, Fiona? Indeed, we need to have everything look exactly as it did 500 years ago. I believe the term for it is on-site inspection. Even better, it doubles as a lookout tower. It should let us bear witness to all sorts of things, just like Caldea's simulator. If we can recreate the scene of the crime 500 years ago, we should be able to see exactly what happened. Now that the building is restored to its past state, and with my clairvoyance, which allows me to see things clearly and with incredible detail, I can... Huh? Fiona started sucking his thumb, Master? Ooh. Oh, that is a very noble phantasm that saved the Knights of Fiona's lives more times than I can count. Vinton Finnegas, the thumb of knowledge. Sucking his thumb is a noble phantasm? Is that true? You certainly are a lot of strange heroic spirits from the West. Blackbeard and Jekyll come to mind. I am not sucking my thumb, thank you very much. I'll have you know I am biting it. You just started glowing even while he was shouting? I'll say this about Blackbeard and Jekyll, I've never seen them glow. Of course, the Salmon of Knowledge. It's a story that dates back to when Fiona McCunhow was apprenticed to a druid named Finnegas. Together they caught a rainbow-colored salmon that was said to be impart wisdom to whomever ate it. Fiona cleaned and cooked the fish in order to serve it to his mentor, but then... Yes, some of the salmon's oil got on Fiona's thumb while he was cooking it, and that caused its wisdom crystals to reside within Fiona's thumb. Indeed, it scares me that he could have intentionally had fate work in his favor like that. Ha ha, no. As much as I wish I could claim credit for that, it was really just a coincidence. It's one of the most embarrassing episodes of my entire life. But my mentor, Finnegas, just smiled and told me this is how it should be. He said that the Salmon of Knowledge was part of nature and that my actions were similarly natural. In which case, it's only right that it resides in you, but you must forgive me if I take pity on you, After all, you will need to bite your thumb at every sign of trouble from here on. It makes me laugh just thinking about it. I see, you did have a point. Of course, I was still happy with this outcome. Finnegas had been searching for the salmon his whole life, and he was still happy that it received its wisdom, even after I interviewed and restored from him. And that's one of the most outlandish things that happened to me. Really, it's no wonder I became captain of the Knights of Fiona. There are no more humble bragging. You can be humble or you can brag, but not both at the same time. And what is it you're pondering with your salmon-impaired wisdom right now, anyway? I'm looking at the facts of this case, of course. There are any number of ways to learn about the past. Some use mystic eyes or crystals to view it directly, others use accurate information and reconstruction. I favor the latter method, of course. Here in this lookout tower, I was able to recreate the Imitate's previous state in my mind. Ooh, then you know who took the treasures? Alright, you knew that beyond any doubt. Now I merely want to know what the room looked like back then. As long as I can calculate that, all that remains is to resolve this to the best of our shared ability. You mean as in all of us? That's right. Figuring the one responsible was easy, but proving it will be far more difficult. Not even collecting all 5 treasures will be enough to handle everything. I see, yes, these are indeed the 5 treasures, but they are not the ones I had stolen. They may be the same objects, but their value differs greatly. I don't want just any old treasures returned to me. They must be the ones that were taken. If the bamboo cutter counters along those lines and makes no mistake, he most certainly will, we won't have a leg to stand on. So you're saying the bamboo cutter never actually wanted to be compensated for his treasures, that he was actually after the Imite from the start? I believe so. I think he's only pretending to act in good faith and is actually running a scam. Then, if the 5 treasures still won't be enough to convince him, what else can we do? Easy. We fight cunning with cunning. In fact, the reason I asked you all here was to help you prepare one last finishing touch. Oh, by the way, Kyohime, is it true that you can tell when someone is lying? Of course. I've never let any man get away with a falsehood. What about Madame Beniima? Is she capable of seeing through lies too? No, Miss Beniima doesn't have any such ability. She just punishes people when they're caught lying. She learned her Anjaku Bato Jutsu from the great King Emma herself. Once it becomes clear that someone is lying, that's when she'll cut off their tongue on the spot. Good. That should help push the one responsible over the edge. Alright, everyone gather round and I'll explain the plan. In essence, we'll all be putting on a performance, or in the language of the middle-aged woman we know, a con. Oh? Alright, we're going down the tribute hall now. 500,000. How close am I to that?
玉も清姫巴様
Not even like fucking halfway.
アイテムを集めてきましたか？カルデアのマスターは働く
We'll leave off there because my tribute stuff won't come in until later today. See you guys next time.